Alright, Shalom, Yasha'Allah. Back with another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakam. I'm with the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from teaching us this truth according to the Bible and who rule well, and a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. And I'm going to get into a lesson, and the name of this lesson is going to be Fear the Lord Now, Not Later. I'm going to say that again. The name of this lesson is going to be Fear the Lord Now, Not Later. So without further ado, dive right into it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Right. So the whole duty of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, who are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites, while you're living, while you see why you still got breath in your body, while you're on the face of this earth, the whole duty, you see, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans is to fear the Most High. You see? And first and foremost, that fear is already got to be in you. You see, because that fear is not in you, then you're not going to do what the Heavenly Father commands you to do. You see? But if that fear is in you, then you're going to do what the Heavenly Father commands you to do. And therefore, you're going to keep His commandments to the best of your ability. You see? And that's the whole duty of man. To fear the Most High, you see, and keep His commandments. Because you show the Most High that you fear Him by keeping His commandments. And that's the whole duty of man. And again, that fear is automatically got to be in you. So I'm going to grab my next precept. Proverbs 10. Alright. This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 27. The fear of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai prolongeth days. Right. So when you fear your power, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, who so-called black men, and you keep their commandments, you do their will, their desire, and not your own, you see, that's what's going to prolong days. You see, that's what's going to get you to live a long and healthy life. You see, that's what's going to let you live a long time. You see, that to where you have gray hairs coming out your head. You see? So if you want your days prolonged, if you want to live a long, healthy life, you must fear the Lord. You see, by keeping His laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. You see, because that's how you show the Lord that you fear Him. It reads on. But the years of the wicked shall be shortened. Right, so the years of the wicked, of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, the ones who are not fearing Yahweh Shema Shai, you see, the ones who are not keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability, your years, you see, your days on this planet of Earth are going to be shortened. You see? And every time you look around, you always see, Jake, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans dying. You see? They either getting shot down, getting killed in a car crash, a plane crash, getting killed in a house fire. You see? Getting shot down by the police, whatever the case may be. You see? And it's happening because what? 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are not fearing your power, Yahweh Shema Shai. You see, you're not doing what He commands you to do. You're not keeping His laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. So that's why 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, the wicked of our people, years are being shortened. So, it all starts with fear. You so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, you must fear your power so that your days can be prolonged and so that your years on the planet Earth won't be shortened. So I'm going to grab my next precept. Let me see. Job. Alright. This is Job chapter 28, verse 8. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that is wisdom. Right. So the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability, that's wisdom according to the scriptures. It reads on, and to depart from evil is understanding. So when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans have the understanding of the wisdom, then guess what? You're supposed to depart from evil. You see, you're supposed to depart from sodomy, man with man, woman with woman. You see, you're supposed to depart from marring your beards and making baldness upon your head. You're supposed to depart from committing adultery, sleep with the next man's wife, vice versa. You see, you're supposed to depart from anything that's evil on what's going on contrary to the scriptures. Why? Because that's the fear of the Lord. You see, again, when you fear the Lord, you're going to do what the Heavenly Father commands you to do. You see, and by depart from the evil, the ways of this world, that shows Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that you fear him. So it's a must that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans fear your power. Not Allah, not Buddha, not the Hindu goddess Shiva, not Santa Maria, not Haile Selassie, not none of these false gods who are no gods, because they're no powers, they're idols. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, those are the powers that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans are supposed to be fearing. That's who you're supposed to be scared of. That's who you're supposed to be terrified of. So I'm going to grab my next precept. Alright. This is Sirach in the Apocrypha, and also known as Ecclesiastes. So like if I said that wrong. This is Sirach chapter 1 verse 16. To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom. Right. So when you fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and you're doing what they command you to do, you're keeping their laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability, that's when you get the fullness of wisdom. Meaning what? The understanding of the wisdom. You see? Again, going back to Proverbs 1:7, you're not going to get the fullness of wisdom and the knowledge if you're not fearing your power, if you're not doing what they command you to do, if you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You see? So if you want the fullness of wisdom, according to the scriptures, it starts with fearing your power. You see, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability. So I'm reading that from the top again. This is Sirach chapter 1 verse 16. To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruits. Right. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they filleth men, but not any men. They fill the elect men. Lord will be some men. You see? It says what? With her fruits. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai filled the elect men with so like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai filled the elect men with wisdom's own fruits, meaning her knowledge. You see? So if you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans want the fruits, the knowledge of wisdom, then what? You gotta fear your power. You see? You gotta keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability. Again, you gotta do Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's will and not your own. Alright. This is Sirach chapter 1 verse 21. The fear of the Lord driveth away sins. Right, so when you fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you see, and you keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability, which is wisdom, that's what's going to drive away sins. And real quick, I'm just going to grab a precept on what sin is, because you got a lot of people out here, 2019, who still don't know what sin is. So I'm gonna get what sin is. This is 1 John chapter 3. Salakia. This is 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. Whosoever out of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, because that's that whosoever is talking about, committeth sin, transgressive also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. You see? So that's what sin is. Sin is transgressing the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. You see? Sin is going contrary to the scriptures. You see, so if you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans are out here eating shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, all these abominable foods, then that means you're sinning. That means you're transgressing the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. If you're out here indulging in sodomy, man with man, woman with woman, then that means what? You're sinning. That means you're transgressing the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. If you're out here going, it's like if you're out here going contrary to the scriptures on what Yahweh Shemashah said not to do, then that means you so-called Negroes, Latino, and the Americans are sinning. That means you're transgressing the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. So again, sin is going contrary to the scriptures. Sin is transgressing the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. So I'm going to go back to Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 1 verse 21. The fear of the Lord driveth away sins. Right, so again, when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans fear the Lord, you see, you keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible to the best of your ability. You do Yahweh Shemashah's will and not your own. That's what's going to drive away sins. From what? From transgressing the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. You see, because you can't sin and transgress the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible if you're doing Yahweh Shemashah's will. If you're keeping the commandments of the Bible. You see, if you're fearing them. That's why it's a must that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans fear your power. And for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans to fear your power, that fear has already got to be in you. Because if that fear is not in you, once again, you're not going to do what the Heavenly Father requires you to do. You see, so that fear has already got to be in you. Alright, this is Sirach chapter 1 verse 15. Salakia. This is Sirach chapter 2 verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Right. So the ones that's fearing the Lord, that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible to the best of their ability, you see, doing the Heavenly Father's will and not their own. You see, they're not going to disobey his word. You see, they're not going to be out here smoking weed, cigarettes, black of miles, defiling their temple. You see, they're not going to be out here eating all these abominable foods such as shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. They're not going to be out here indulging in sodomy, man with man and woman with woman. You see, they're not going to be out here going contrary to what Yahweh Shemashah said not to do. You see, so the ones that fear the Lord are going to do what the Heavenly Father said to do. They're going to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible, and they're not going to disobey his word. They're not going to go contrary to his own to the doctrine, to the scriptures. It reads on, and they that love him will keep his ways. Right, and they that love him will keep his ways. And we already know what love is. Love according to 1 John, love according to St. John 14 and 15, is that you keep the Most High's commandments. So the ones that love the Most High, which is ultimately the elected nation of Israel, they're going to keep his ways. You see, they're going to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. You see, and by you keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible, you see, that ultimately, that showed the Lord that you love him, but it also showed the Lord that you fear him, because you're doing what he commands you to do. You're keeping his commandments. You see? So it's a must that you so-called Negroes, Latino, and the Americans fear your power. You see? It's a must that you fear your power. Again, not Allah, not Buddha, not the Hindu goddess Shiva, not Santa Maria, not Hasilasi, not none of these false gods who are no gods. Yahweh Shemashah, it's a must that you fear them. You see? And again, that fear is automatically got to be in you. Because if that fear is not in you, then you're not going to do what the Heavenly Father requires you to do. You see? But if that fear is in you, then you're going to do what the Heavenly Father requires you to do. You see? So with that, I hope you've been edified. It's been another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakum. I'm with the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from teaching us this truth according to the Bible and who rule well, and a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. Until next time, shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah.